Chris Espinosa. I'm a co-owner here at Champions Barbershop.
My name is Parker Villarreal. I'm a co-owner here at Champions Barbershop. The program was really good. Taught me a lot about going green and energy efficient, saving money with my business. So at Champions Barbershop, we converted all our light bulbs to LEDs. We changed our hand drying station to an actual dryer instead of using paper towels. And then we changed all our shampoo heads to save water.
Going green is important because it has numerous benefits. In general, it helps on the pollution. It saves our planet, and just the smallest things as using eco-friendly cleaning supplies that we do here. Small things like that can really make a big difference. I think every small business should look into going green. The programs, not only do you save money for your business, but you're helping the planet out, just a better way of life, to say help our planet.
You can join the program by going to greenbizaz.com.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of the Going Green and Going Smart Program's Expert Sessions. My name is Edgar Olivo from the Compass CBS Foundation and your host for today's program. I am so glad you are joining us today. We're going to have a great conversation about how small businesses can prepare for the summers in Arizona. As you know, we have warm weather in Arizona, and it comes with substantial surges in our utility bills. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the nation's small businesses spend more than $60 billion a year on energy. However, keeping your business cool during the summer months does not have to result in an increase in your energy expenses. Our great lineup of sustainability expert panelists come from diverse backgrounds, and they will share with you insights and perspectives on how small businesses can save money by weatherizing your small business. They have some great tips prepared, so you don't want to miss that. If this is your first time tuning in, I'd like to give you a special welcome. These expert sessions are designed to help you expand your Going Green efforts and complement our on-demand certificate program. If you haven't explored the certificate course, I'll share more details at the end of today's expert session on how you can earn your free Going Green certificate. Our mission is to help small businesses across the state of Arizona save energy, save money, and attract business while conserving our natural resources by offering you this complimentary and online program. We know that sustainability has reached a tipping point, and it is important to your customers and the planet we live in. This program will provide you with important skills to help you achieve your own goals and beyond. So let's get started. I'd like to start with a simple question for you. How do you prepare your small business for the summers in Arizona? Small businesses in Arizona that invest in energy efficiency can cut utility costs 10 to 30% without sacrificing service, quality, style, or comfort, all while making significant contributions to a cleaner environment. By becoming more energy efficient, small businesses help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and improve their own financial bottom line. Small businesses can typically save as much money and prevent as much pollution per square foot as large corporations. To get started, here are 6 tips to help prepare your small business for the intense summer heat in Arizona. Use your windows to keep out the heat. By installing thick window coverings, a small business can prevent heat gain through windows during the summer days. There are a variety of window treatments and coverings to explore that can improve energy efficiency during business hours. Control the direct sun through windows in both summer and winter to prevent or encourage heat gain. Use fans and ventilation strategies to cool your space. Depending on the small business, it can create heat in different rooms and in many ways. Kitchens, laundry rooms, and others will require proper ventilation to avoid heat spreading in other rooms. Use a ceiling fan to distribute cool air by creating a wind chill effect. But remember to turn them off when you leave a room or close the business for the day. Find Energy Star ventilating fans for maximum energy efficiency. Keep your cooling system and thermostat working efficiently. Tuning up your heating and air conditioning system with annual maintenance or upgrades can help your small business save thousands of dollars in the long run. Regularly change or clean HVAC filters and install a programmable thermostat. Today, there are many emerging technologies and smart devices to help you monitor the performance of your HVAC system from your phone. Set your thermostat at a temperature you find comfortable and that provides humidity control if needed. The smaller the difference between the indoor and outdoor temperatures, the lower your overall cooling bill will be. Consider a range of appliances and light options that operate at cooler temperatures. Efficient lighting for spaces has come a long way. Use motion sensors to control the on and off switch, install dimmers to use less energy to light your space, or use mobile-friendly technology to control your lights or appliances from anywhere. As for equipment, consider buying Energy Star certified appliances to avoid using heat-producing equipment during the hottest parts of the day. Keep hot air from leaking into your business. In Arizona, hot air will inevitably enter your workspace when you open the door or window. Seal any cracks and openings to prevent warm air from leaking into your small business. Add caulking or weather stripping to seal air leaks around doors and windows. Lower your water heating costs during the summer. Water heating accounts for about 18% of the energy consumed in your small business. Harnessing the power of the sun can also help you keep your warm water without using combustion or electricity. Consider investing in solar heating devices or using room temperature water for everyday uses. This can have a big impact on your heating bills. The Consumer Product Safety Commission recommends setting your water heater at no more than 120 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent scalding. The lower setting will also conserve energy and save money. Small businesses have an opportunity to become more climate resilient, and Arizona is the perfect place to start transforming into a more environmental friendly operation. Let's now jump over to our next segment and meet our expert panelists. As you just learned, there are some straightforward ways to prepare for the summer. However, there is a lot more we can do that can go much further than what I just shared. For that, we have a great lineup of expert panelists from APS to discuss strategies and resources available for small businesses to go to the next level. Make sure to grab your notes. We're going to have a great conversation. Okay, let's meet our first expert panelist. Renee Guillroy entered the energy industry in 2006 as a contract manager for a local solar installation company. Since joining APS in 2011, Renee has served successfully in many roles with APS that are leading the company towards a cleaner energy future for Arizona. Renee supports APS's strategic efforts to scale customer technologies that can be operated as fleets, and as part of that body of work, Renee helps to build and improve tools that help residential customers manage their energy use, save on their electric bill, and engage with innovative programs that advance clean energy. Welcome to the program, Renee. And we also have one of our favorite returning expert guests, Trevor Swanson. He is the program manager for the APS Solutions for Business program. As the program manager, Trevor is our go-to guy who ensures that APS fulfills its promise to be a trusted energy advisor and provide the support small business customers need to achieve their energy goals. We also have the privilege of getting a special presentation with him today, right after our expert panel. Welcome back to the program, Trevor. All right, we have some great guests here today to talk to us about how to prepare for the summers in Arizona. How's everyone doing? Great. Thank you so much for being a part of this call and an expert session. You know, it's always really nice to have the insights and perspectives of our sustainability experts, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to learn a whole lot. And so we're going to go ahead and get this conversation started and start with the first question I like to ask all of our experts who join us. What does sustainability mean to you? And I'm going to start with you, Trevor, and of course we're going to want to hear from Renee. So Trevor, what does sustainability mean to you?
Well, sustainability means, something that's long lasting and continuing. And so a lot of times, when we're thinking about sustainability, we think about, carbon emissions and going green and reduce energy efficiency. I think those all tie in together towards making something that's long lasting. And for me, it's from a business, my past experience in business, is doing the right thing to improve the environment and improve the bottom line of the business so that the business can continue and remain viable.
Yes, that's excellent perspectives. And Renee, I am so curious to pick your brain in this expert session for all of our small business owners. You're very passionate about this subject. What does sustainability mean to you?
Thank you, and thanks for having us here. I think, similar to Trevor, I think that sustainability is about putting a generational spin on things that we look at in the shorter term all the time. We think about saving money, saving energy, doing what's right for our community and the planet, and sustainability. That time dimension that Trevor mentioned is super important. And so doing what's right over the long term for our customers and for our communities that we serve, that's certainly a part of the definition of sustainability at APS. It really matters, and it feeds a lot into our clean energy commitment. We've committed to providing 100% carbon-free energy by 2050, with a lot of important milestones that help us get there and keep us going along that path. And a part of that also has to do with the way that we collaborate with customers, because we're not going to get there without our customers in the process. I mean, partnering with customers, providing new programs to customers. And it really does start with figuring out what sustainability means, not just for us, but from our customers too. What does sustainability mean for you and your business? And how can APS help you meet those sustainability goals? So we think a lot about those long-term efforts when we're going about the business of producing energy, serving customers, engaging with our customers, and helping them meet their own goals.
I appreciate that so much that you said it is about engaging our customers, and APS is leading the way. And so for us as small business owners, taking from as an example what you are doing and leading Arizona for a cleaner energy future is much appreciated. So I love that you're embedding that into the definition of sustainability. So let's get into the meats and potatoes of our conversation today. And one of the questions that I do want to ask is what are some unique challenges that small business owners face during the summer months? Summer equates to really hot. I grew up in Arizona. I can right out the gate say that the heat creates some very interesting scenarios. But let's hear from you who've worked in this field for many years as a career. Trevor, what are some unique challenges that business owners need to consider during this time?
Well, first off, I mean, like you said, it's really hot. So you have to be able to maintain a comfortable environment. So you want an environment that's comfortable and inviting for your customers, for your staff. You want people to want to stay in your business. Contact time, is important, right? Especially if you're in a retail segment. And the other thing to think about is, your staff is going to be dressed one way, but your customers are probably dressed for the 100-degree temperatures outside. So making sure that you can find that area where they're both comfortable and ready in your environment. And then the other challenges are the operation of your equipment. It's got to be ready. And I know we'll talk about that in the future, but making sure that your equipment's operating correctly and that you have an idea of what to do if something goes wrong, thinking about that in advance. That's something. And the other thing is, just making sure your habits are good for your staff. Trying to minimize the amount of heat that's coming into your building as you're trying to conduct your operations, because you're going to have a lot of traffic through your doors, but there's ways to minimize the heat that comes in as you're doing that.
Those are some excellent considerations. And yes, Trevor's going to be sharing with us a whole bunch more really cool technical tips. But Renee, to build off of that, he was mentioning and talking about comfort habits. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of those challenges that we should consider?
Well, I think be prepared. You have your schedules. You know best when your employees are at their peak, when your customers tend to be at their peak. So consider those times of day when you're thinking about how to operate your facility and adjust things around that comfort. And Trevor mentioned something else interesting. People go in and out a lot, but we also have downtime in a lot of businesses. So you may have closed doors for a while, and then the business gets up and running for the business day. Not all places are 24-hour business locations. And so when you think about the way that you use energy and the schedule that you have using energy, one of the things that you also need to think about is, in addition to whether your equipment is ship shape and ready for the summer. Also, think about how your building actually operates in extreme heat. This is where we get into a really interesting concept of a thermal envelope. And I know that we in the utility industry can throw around a lot of technical sounding terms, and thermal envelope is kind of an unusual one. But how well does your building hang on to the cooled air that you have just pumped into it throughout the workday and throughout the customer service day that you have? How well does your stove retain heat? If you're cooking on that stove and you need to turn it off for a while and turn it back on later, how long does it take your stove to reach optimal temperature, and how much energy are you using? So different things have different thermal properties, and thinking about that and understanding how those things work lets you know or plan for how much air conditioning you need to run, how long you actually need to leave your stoves on throughout the day, or can you actually get away with turning them off outside of your peak times, and so on and so forth. I mean, there are lots of things that feed into your planning in your business that can have a big impact on your bill and the energy that you use, and therefore ultimately your own sustainability goals if you have declared any. And so I think that giving yourself adequate planning time before the warm summers in Arizona, the hot summers in Arizona, or the cold winters in other parts of our territory and Flagstaff and other montane areas, that is super important. So give yourself that time to think about it. If you don't have a facilities manager, and if you need to think about new technologies to invest in, tune-ups to do for your equipment, give yourself that time to do before that extreme season hits, whether it's summer or winter. And, if you have any questions, you can follow up with us and look at aps.com for resources, or we can get you resources and are happy to do so in planning those things. And Trevor,
I love it.
Trevor, you have some really great programs as well.
Yeah.
For the long haul, for helping to understand a building's properties, how to plan for energy usage into the future. And so I think you have exciting stuff to share with our small business customers that are really specific in that space, don't you?
Yeah, we have a great resource available on aps.com, both for technology guides to help them understand the technologies. As far as, like you said, understanding your building, we have the ability to request energy assessments. So we have a team that would be willing to either virtually or in person come and help you walk through your building to give you some suggestions on how to be more sustainable, improve your energy use. And then we also offer rebates when you decide to make improvements on items such as lighting, HVAC, to make sure that you're choosing the most efficient and best equipment that you can get, and help you offset the cost of that higher efficiency equipment. Because over the lifetime, the first cost is, usually a very small compared to the actual operating costs for your building. So when you think about, building your building it tight, and as you talked about thermal envelope, insulation is one of the most cost-effective things you can do to make sure that your business can actually be controlled and maintain a good environment. So yeah, we're here to help. We have a team that's ready to answer any questions that you have, and can easily be located at aps.com under savings for business.
I love it. I really appreciate all of the great insight. And we're learning some new terminology, which I think is very important, because in the planning process, Renee, like you just said, that's the perfect opportunity to start incorporating all these great strategies, which, leads me now to ask specifically, Trevor, what are your top three, if any? I'm sure you have a whole list of them. What do you recommend small business owners do to prepare for the summer? Specifically, what can they do now?
Being prepared for summer is, first thing that's easy to do is you've got to make sure your equipment's maintained. So you've got to make sure the filters are replaced, that your grills are not covered, depending on where your supply and returns are, and then have your system inspected. You want to know that your equipment is running in its best possible condition prior to going into summer. Because if not, as it goes through the extra duty of trying to handle the summer heat, that's when it's going to fail. I mean, we see that across the state. When we start hitting June, things break. So if you can have it tested and checked out by a professional, and we have a network of trade allies that are available to assist with doing that. For our nonprofits, if there's any nonprofit businesses that are seeing this, we have the ability to actually help pay for that assessment as part of our assessment program as well. So that's my top three is equipment. And then if I would add one more, I mentioned our trade ally network. Having a contractor that you're comfortable with, that that knows your system, so that when or if something goes wrong, you know who to call and how to get a hold of them, and know they're going to respond to you.
That's right. Add Trevor to your list of important relationships to have in your business. Absolutely. I love it. Renee, what are some of your tips that you'd like to recommend?
Well, I think that it's extremely important to, look at your business plan when you're thinking about your next fiscal year.
Yeah.
And include your energy considerations at the outset, because like Trevor said, making an investment at early enough to have a difference in the summer heat or the winter cold is incredibly important. And what that means is you may need to do a little research. You may need to do adopt a new technology, whether it's an energy management system or a smart thermostat or other technologies. You are going to need time to actually learn those technologies, maybe train some of your staff or hire some staff to manage some of those things. In some cases, right? Most of these technologies are very easy to adopt, but they do require a little bit of investment and time. So put that energy planning into your fiscal plan every year and think about the ways in which you can actually invest and enjoy savings year over year over year, and track that, because there is a great opportunity to track your savings over time and think about how you are managing to your preferred energy baseline over time. And that's super important, right? That's just a cost of business. We live in an environment where we can't live without HVAC or heating in different areas. And so those are important things to just keep on the top of mind, and reach out, obviously, if you want to engage in specific projects, and look at those opportunities to compare technologies when you can, and look at experts like Trevor, and enjoy the regular training and education classes that Trevor's team offers as well, because that's ongoing education for you to help you do that planning over time.
Absolutely. This is definitely an area we can measure and see success, and it's an area that we can definitely take those tips. Thank you for sharing that. It's fantastic. And the next question I'd like to ask, weatherization, the term weatherize has been used a lot in the residential space, but in terms of business, I've helped a lot of small business owners look at leases, look at property plans and all that good stuff. But now we need to think about, is this space properly weatherized? So to elaborate on that, let's kind of expand. What does weatherization mean, and how do small business owners accomplish that? Let's start with you, Trevor.
Well, weatherization is, to me, it starts with awareness. You need to be eyes wide open. You recognize when you're inside your building, if you're seeing sunlight, you're coming through any cracks, windows, doors, there's an opportunity. Just taking a minute as you're going through a door to look and make sure the seals are in good condition, not tore or ripped. And the opposite of that works on your refrigeration equipment as well, looking at those door seals. But then there's also things you can do for weatherization towards your glazing, your windows, shade screens, using plants outside to try and block the sun and radiate in through windows and walls. Those are all things that can help with the influx of heat into your building, both the radiant heat from the sun as well as any air leakage coming in. So, and there's things you can do to test and be aware, see how your equipment's doing and balancing your equipment. One thing you might notice, we see quite a bit, if an HVAC system isn't properly balanced, you probably have gone to that building where when you went to open the door and you pull on it and it just flies right open to you because the building's pressurized. Well, if you think about it, when that building's pressurized like that, you're actually pushing your cold air out through any holes, leakage that you have in your building. So you're trying to air condition the outside, which is never going to happen here in Arizona, right? So just thinking about those things that, you don't think is a sign, like doors, windows, and how they operate, can actually give you a good sign of how your HVAC equipment is running and whether you need to have it inspected or tested.
Yeah. Excellent. Renee, what does weatherization mean for us, and how can we do that for our business?
Weatherization is a great way to make sure that your thermal envelope, like we talked about before, that thermal envelope is protecting your business space, protecting the space where your staff works, protecting the space where your customers are going to come to you and engage in transactions or spend time with you. And I think that it's extremely important to do what Trevor indicated. Take those opportunities to see where you have leaky spaces and opportunities to do small repairs that make a big difference in how efficient your energy ecosystem and your thermal envelope actually are in your business space. That is a super important thing. And if you think about it, it's kind of protecting us from the weather. We like the sun in Arizona, and we might even like the heat and playing outdoors, even in the summertime, but it doesn't belong in your conditioned space if you're going to have an efficient business.
That's very interesting. Yeah. All right. And our final question, because this conversation, I would love to extend it even longer because there's so many great concepts being discussed. What resources do you recommend that? And we already talked about a lot of them, education and rebates and all kinds of good stuff. But let's just kind of summarize what resources are available for small business owners. Let's start with you, Trevor.
Boy, how long do I have? Resources, APS.com under business savings has so many resources available to you in one-stop shop. We have information about rebate programs that can help you if you're making a monetary investment into your business to upgrade equipment. We have access to our webinar series. This year alone, we're providing 23 free webinars to our customers. They're available for you to register for. Our past webinars are available for you to watch on demand, so you can get the knowledge and education you need to be able to actually understand what you can do to transform your business depending on your size. We have classes on how to do audits. We have classes on how to sell energy efficiency improvements to the people that you work for, to your actual business owners, depending on the size of your business, as well as great technology information. So, and then along with that, if you're really looking to transform your business, you need to know how your business is performing. So we recommend you benchmark with Energy Star or a similar benchmarking platform. It's a very simple process to enter the energy consumption from your water, electric, gas, oil bills, and however energy that your system uses. And then it'll calculate a score. And it's not so much a score that says, are you doing good or are you doing bad? It's, this is how I'm doing. So you can start the journey of improving. Because it's not a matter, are you a 75 or are you a 30? It's a matter of, last year I was a 40. This year I'm a 45, and when I do this, and you can monitor and measure that improvement. And I think, and then the last thing is, if you're going to transform your business, we have a saying, we like to invite people to our problem. So because we have a goal, right? Very, very audacious goal of 100% clean by 2050. If you're a business owner trying to manage your electric bill, you need all of your staff engaged on that. So it's what you talk about. I like the idea of providing residential tips to your staff that helps them manage their homes, but at the same time, it gets them thinking about energy efficiency while they're at work. Right. So you get a win-win of helping your staff in their personal lives and helping them think about and manage energy better while they're at work. So, and it creates a culture that can transform your business to be more sustainable and efficient.
Excellent. Renee, anything you'd like to add on that? I know you also have some great tips and resources.
Trevor, great point. And Edgar and Trevor, thank you for bringing that up, because speaking about that culture of energy transformation within the business and giving opportunities for your staff or your customers to enjoy some of the same tips and tricks, we have a couple of tools at APS.com. And plenty of residential customer programs to do some similar things to what Trevor has talked about, like home performance programs. We have lighting incentives and all other things. And at marketplace.aps.com, we have a one-stop shop for smart devices like smart thermostats, smart EV chargers, as well as LED kits that are provided with incentives from customer programs at APS to help allow residential customers to swap out inefficient lighting to much more efficient LEDs that are available on the market. LED lighting is a really interesting thing. It sounds like a really small thing, but LEDs have a lighting register that is a lot more amenable to like the human eye than other fluorescent lighting, which while it was more efficient and a good transition, it just wasn't as comfortable to be in a place with only fluorescent lighting for very long periods of time. And so LEDs are a great innovation on energy efficient lighting. And LED lighting is also available through marketplace.aps.com. And we're really excited about making those types of devices available, many with incentives. And it's a pretty exciting way to do small, simple things that can have a big impact on your home and the way that you use energy in our extreme climate during the summer, certainly in Phoenix, and in the winter in our montane areas.
Yeah, thank you so much. Fabulous information. We're going to wrap up with some final remarks. Trevor, anything you'd like to share with our small business audience?
I'd just like to thank them for their time and the opportunity to talk to them about how they can improve their small business. We know that as small business owners work very hard at operating their business, and our team is here to help support you in managing your energy and sustainability goals. So if you have any questions, or please feel free to reach out to our team, and we'll be happy to answer any questions or provide feedback on things you're considering doing, and assist you if you're thinking about doing an improvement. We can actually help you in selecting equipment to make sure it qualifies for the rebate programs that are available to our business customers. So again, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. And we're going to learn a bunch more in your special presentation. Renee, it's such a pleasure to have you on our program. Any final remarks that you'd like to share?
Just a huge thank you once again for having us on, and to all the business customers who are thinking about this and thinking about the future. Really excited. You're on a great journey, and we see a lot of ways to collaborate on that. So I hope you do take Trevor's advice and reach out, and we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you once again for joining our great conversation. Special thanks to our expert panel for this great discussion. We hope to have you back again soon. I hope you were taking notes at home or at work. If not, don't worry. You can find these recorded segments on our website at greenbizaz.com. And while you are there, make sure to stay tuned for our next expert session calendar for this year. Okay, now let's switch gears to enjoy a special presentation by Trevor Swanson, who will expand on what we just discussed in today's program. All right, Trevor, it's such a pleasure to have you back on our program. Thank you so much for sharing your insights on our panel. Now you have a special presentation ready for us. What are we about to learn?
Yeah, we're going to talk about, some of the new technologies that you may or may not know about that are available for your business, and hopefully give you some tips on how you can improve the efficiency of your business. And those things not only contribute to, how you're preparing for summer, but they'll help you be more sustainable and manage your energy all year long. And that regardless if you're up in our high country or low country, I think these tips you'll find very helpful to you. So
excellent.
Go ahead.
So if you're watching at home, make sure you grab your notes, take plenty of notes to capture from here. All right, Trevor, I'm going to go ahead and pass the stage on to you.
Well, thanks again for everyone for taking the time to join me today. We're going to now talk about smart energy, some emerging technologies that can improve the operations for your small business. As we're going through this today, we're going to have get some first, I'll tell you a little bit about me and an introduction. We'll go through some smart and network thermostats, talk about your business's hours, lighting technologies. As we talked in our panel session, some building envelope ideas that we have to help you, as well as summer maintenance, the benefits of being more efficient, and try and give you some additional tips to consider. So I'm Trevor Swanson. I am the program manager for APS's Solutions for Business program. I've been with APS about 4 years. I'm not a true local in that I moved here when I was in junior high. Live in Mesa, graduated from Mountain View High School. From there, I joined the Navy. I spent about 21 years operating nuclear reactors on submarines, ended up as their chief electrician on the last couple. When I retired in 2003, I was trying to not go into power generation, which is ironic since I work for APS now. So I went to work in healthcare, and I worked in healthcare facilities management for about 14 years. Whereas at the end of my career there, I was a system director for a local hospital network. From there, I moved on to APS. I've been with APS, like I said, 4 years. I managed the Solutions for Business program, which was, as a customer, I took advantage of this program quite a bit. So I've seen both sides of the program and very familiar with what the program can do to assist you. Some of the things we offer incentives for, most of what we'll do, I'll try not to say it every time, is we do offer incentives for almost all the technologies I'm going to talk about today. Smart and network thermostats will help you minimize your energy costs. They allow you to control remotely. So, you go home for the day and you think, oh, I wonder if I remembered to set back the AC or if my schedule is working correctly. You can log in with an app from your phone, typically allows you to control that, see how your system's operating. It can help you track the run hours, which will equate to the energy use your system is having. And they're really easy for you to install. And if you feel like that's a little beyond, we have a network of trade allies that are available that you can find on our website, aps.com, to assist you in installing these and all of the technologies that we're going to be talking about. The great thing about smart thermostats is you can set your business's operating hours. Understandably, not all businesses are 24/7. So what you want to do is be able to set up your system to keep your building in a comfortable and conditioned space when it's occupied. When there's no reason to cool your desks and chairs that are sitting empty at 1 o'clock in the morning, or if your business is overnight only, same thing during the day. So that's money that you could be saving, and that will help you with the bottom line of your business. So making sure that your set points are set up for when your building's operating. Understanding if you have peak hours, you can do some pre-cooling to kind of help move some of the energy use from the on-peak period to the off-peak period. And then if you are taking it, doing a setback at night, it's good to understand how your building is going to start up, and take it slow and stagger equipment startup. We actually worked with a customer that had their highest energy use here in Phoenix, but it actually happened on a Monday morning at 6 a.m. And you think, how can that happen, right? Because it's November on a Monday at 6 a.m. And we have these really amazing hot summers, right? Well, what had happened is they were doing their building offsets, and their building got really cold because it was a cold night. And when they started the building up on Monday morning, every piece of electric resistance heat that was inside that building all turned on, both stages, and ran continuously for almost 35 minutes or more. And it set their peak. So it actually caused them to have a higher peak demand than they would have in the middle of the summer. So knowing how your equipment's going to respond and watching and monitoring how you're using energy is very important to the improvements you're trying to make. There's also some great new lighting technologies that are available, and we like to refer to them as smart lighting technologies. There's flat panels, there's screw-in light bulbs, there's linear tubes, but they're not just LEDs. I mean, we recognize, LEDs are a highly efficient equipment, but a lot of them already have occupancy and daylight sensors already incorporated into them. So an occupancy sensor is really just that. It checks for whether someone is in the space that is looking to be controlled or lit. And daylight sensors do the same thing. They sense the amount of light in the room, and when the sun comes up and starts providing more light into that area, they actually reduce the amount of energy that's being used for lighting by the LED to light the space. So, and that just happens automatically with a lot of these new technologies. And as you know, I understand, restaurants, you're really concerned about the appearance of your lighting. So pointing out from the graphic that that's actually an LED light bulb, but it looks and gives the feel that you would find in a fine dining establishment. So you can still be efficient and create the atmosphere that you are looking to create for your building. Building envelope is, something that's all very important, right? We're trying to condition a space, so we want to make sure we're controlling the air that's in that space. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that the outside air, while you need to have some coming in, we need to know where it's coming in and how it's coming in. So that way you are not having to continuously cool a bunch of excess outside air that's coming in. So you want to make sure that your building's properly insulated. You want to use window glazing, tint, or sunshades if your building allows that, to be able to minimize the infiltration of heat from those areas. Using shade trees around the first floor of your building can also help to prevent the amount of heat that's coming into your building. And again, checking your windows and doors, making sure they're sealed correctly, that they close properly, and look for signs. If your doors are operating too hard or too easy, that could be a sign that maybe you've got a pressurization issue in your building and that you should have a professional come look at it. Because as you're preparing your systems for summer, you need to, do the maintenance to make sure you're ready. So making sure your filter changes are being done monthly. That improves the long-term life of your equipment and the efficiency of your equipment by allowing proper airflow, having your equipment inspected and tested to know that it's ready to go. And then if you can, working with your contractor trade ally that takes care of your equipment to know what replacement would be suitable in the event you have a failure, and any lead time associated with that, because we all know down equipment can have a significant impact on your ability to operate your business. And there's lots of benefits to going green, to thinking green, and to energy efficiency. Studies have shown that improved comfort and lighting can increase sales and the productivity of your staff. Having a properly lit building enhances the safety within that building, so people can see less slips, trips, and falls, especially in stairwells and staircases, very important, and in your parking lot areas. And that customer and staff satisfaction, as a leader, staff satisfaction is extremely important, because turnover is expensive, and hiring and training new staff takes time and energy that could be focused on other things. And customer satisfaction is priority, right? Because that's what your business does, is you're there to serve your customer, whatever that business is. And so if you can do things that will improve their experience and keep them satisfied, you can build loyalty of that customer to your business, which will have a long-lasting benefit to you and your business. And and one of my favorite ways to do this is engaging your staff and your customers in this journey. Awareness campaigns, signs, taking credit if you earned an Energy Star rating, talking to your staff about energy efficiency, giving them things that can assist them in both their home, as all things that can be helpful to making your business more sustainable. And some other things to consider is, understanding how to determine savings from a project. A lot of times a contractor is going to take your total bill and your total energy use, and they're going to take those two numbers and try and give you a cost per kilowatt hour. but there's a lot of other things in your bill other than just energy costs. There's demand charges, there's meters. So making sure you know how to evaluate a project and determine what the actual savings will be is very important. I can't tell you how many phone calls I've received with customers that have said, the contractor promised I'd save this much, but I'm not seeing the savings that I expected to see. And we go through the process of how you can calculate the actual savings. Now, understand your equipment. How long does it take to cool your building off if you do a night setback and you allow the temperature to go up to 80 or 82 degrees at night, but you open at 8? What time do you need to start your AC system up so that you have a comfortable environment when you are opening your business? What can you control? And how can you control it? Have a plan. One of the things I've used in the past is a simple checklist so that the people closing the business know what to turn off, know where the different switches are, so that they understand what needs to be done. And then another part of the plan is, what are you going to do to try and improve your business? What upgrades do you have in mind? We know that capital and money is a finite resource. So prioritize what you want to do to improve based on what the savings will be in the return. And we can help you with that as you start talking at different technologies. And then as you're doing all of these good things, promote your business as sustainable. Sustainable, your customers, patrons are looking for sustainable businesses. And so you should take credit for what you're doing. And even now in larger businesses, we're seeing that financing companies are actually looking at a sustainability score for businesses as part of qualifications for providing business loans. So make sure you know what you're doing and you take credit for that. And it can also help you with obtaining the funds needed to grow your business. And just remember, if you are not using it, shut it off, because there's no reason to have something that you're not using. And then, I'd like to point out our team's available. We have a website for applying for rebates at apsapplynow.com. That website will give you brochures and the ability to create a login and see the rebates and apply for rebates in a very easy way. We've designed that online application so that you can get rebates for the projects you're doing, and it's very simple. We have a great team that's available. If you have questions, to call us, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. And also, if you look at aps.com solutions for business S4B, or aps.com meet for multifamily, you can find all sorts of great resources for both education and training, assessments that we offer, and some solutions to help you manage your energy. So I hope you'll remember that we are here as a team to assist you in meeting your energy management and sustainability goals, and hope that you'll invite us to come partner with you to assist.
Thank you, Trevor, for that special presentation. The APS Solutions for Business team is your partner to help you use your energy wisely. Is your business using energy as efficiently as it could? The Solutions for Business program can help you find ways to not only use less energy, but also make smarter use of it. And those efficiencies can help make a healthy difference in your bottom line. Whether you're a customer or a trade ally, their energy trainings can provide you with the insights to understand how energy use impacts a business. APS Solutions for Business offers hot topic webinars to help you improve the knowledge of your staff and stay up to date on the latest trends. These trainings are open to the public and are free to attend, so spread the word to your friends and colleagues. You can reduce your monthly bill, and you can replace your equipment with options that are more energy efficient. A rebate can help you pay less for it too. You'll find a range of options, including HVAC, energy management systems, shade screens, and more for both new construction and building tune-ups. To learn more, go to aps.com. I hope you enjoyed our program today. We are excited and honored to play a role in helping our small business community go greener and cleaner for a bright future in Arizona. If you want to take what you learned here to the next level, I invite you to check out our website at greenbizaz.com to learn how you can earn your free Going Green and Going Smart certificate. Our complimentary certificate course can be completed in less than 60 minutes, and you can learn at your own pace. The program will teach you how to build a sustainability plan, conduct your own energy audit, create a green marketing plan to help you attract business, and connect with fellow small business owners who care about our natural resources in our online community. This program is designed to help you find ways to implement affordable strategies for energy efficiency, discover smart energy devices, conserve water, reduce your waste, and connect to a community of resources. Start your transformation with us and earn your Going Green and Going Smart certificate at no cost to you by visiting greenbizaz.com. Help us spread the word with your business colleagues by sharing our website and follow the conversation using the hashtag GreenBizAZ. Thank you once again for watching our Going Green and Going Smart expert session on how small businesses can prepare for the summers in Arizona. We hope you found this program valuable, and we look forward to hanging out with you again soon. I'll see you next time.